The US stock market closed on Friday at the highest levels of the week. The rally is driven by high-tech stocks. The Nasdaq and the S&P 500 closed last week at the strongest levels in a year and at fresh historic highs. Such growth is fed by the commodity market. Market participants are in the elevated mood, anticipating a series of macroeconomic data from the United States. Will this data change market sentiment? We will see it soon. The S&P 500 climbed to 4,280 points. It's expected to trade in the wide corridor of 4,240 to 4,320 in the nearest days. It means that US stocks are to conquer new dazzling peaks. Besides, the US Securities and Exchange Commission reported that the index of open speculative positions on futures contracts reached record levels. Notably, such big volumes of speculative positions have been fixed just 5 times in the recent 5 years. This proves that the US stock and commodity markets are highly overheated. We warn you not to neglect this factor in evaluating risks. At the same time, the US dollar index is trading in a narrow range of 91.50 to 92.10. On Friday, the index traded at about 91.80. What's going on with the world's reserve currency? Apparently, investors have not decided yet on a further trajectory of the US dollar. Now, the greenback is being impacted by the two opposite forces. On the one hand, rampant inflation in the US propels its growth. On the other hand, the Fed's ultra-loose monetary policy subdues its strength. Perhaps the currency market will gain a new impetus following the government employment data on Friday. Meanwhile, growing oil prices are dragging down the USD CAD pair. Experts do not rule out a new downward move. On what conditions? The loonie could assert strength when the US dollar holds its growth across the board. Currently, the USD CAD pair is trading at about 1.2300. It's likely to hold in the corridor of 1.2220 to 1.2350 in the near time. Bitcoin has appreciated almost $5,000 over the last 2 days. In the meantime, it's trading at around $34,500 per token. What was the reason for Bitcoin's recovery following a decline on Friday and Saturday? Perhaps the number one cryptocurrency tumbled as a result of the negative news background, which in fact does not rest on any solid fundamentals. Such fluctuations are of poor technical nature and make no impact on Bitcoin's market value. The most popular digital token is expected to trade in the corridor of $33,500 to $35,000 in the coming days. Nevertheless, it's hard to predict a further trajectory of the crypto market. Today, financial markets are trading quietly amid the empty economic calendar. Analysts reckon that the US stock market will carry on with its rally that will be interrupted by a downward correction. The market is alert to a series of macroeconomic data from the United States, which is due later this week. The report of major importance is the US non-farm payrolls for June that will be posted on Friday. On Wednesday, the market awaits ADP National Employment Report. On Thursday, the Institute for Supply Management will release a manufacturing PMI for June. Subscribe to our channel and keep abreast of daily video news. See you tomorrow.